Hello, hi, happy Monday. How are you? I hope you're good. Today I'm here, well, first off, I just want to say if I seem a little out of breath, it's because I just ran 5 miles, so I'm a little bit tired and sweaty and nasty, but it's okay. I'm here to film now anyway, because what better time? Today I want to talk with you about some of the oldest unread books on my bookshelf that I've probably owned for maybe 3, 4, possibly even 5 years that I have not read. Let that sink in. I own books on my shelf for that long that I haven't read. It's embarrassing, and I'm so sad that that's a true statement for me, and I think this video will be good for me just so that I can look back on this video when I go to purchase new books, and then this will remind me that, hey Erica, remember those books that are on your shelf that you haven't read? Maybe you should read those and not buy new books. You know, that's what I tell myself. It probably won't work. I'll probably still continue to buy new books, but whatever, it's fine. I have a giant pile of books here, but there are probably so many other books on my shelf that I own that I've also had for probably just as long. So these are just some random books that I want to talk about today. First off, I have Black Beauty by Anna Sewell. This is a classic about horses. That's all I know. As a young horse, Black Beauty is well loved and happy, but when his owner is forced to sell him, oh no, his life changes drastically. He has many new owners, some of them cruel and some of them kind. All he needs is someone to love him. Again, whether pulling an elegant carriage or a ramshackle cab, Black Beauty tries to live as best he can. This is his amazing story told as only he could tell it. So it's told from the point of view from the horse? I didn't know that. Is that true? Maybe? Possibly? I'm not really a fan of horse. I have this weird sort of fear of horses. Is that weird? I don't know. Horses intimidate me, and whenever I see them, I just kind of, you stay over there, I'm gonna go this way. So that's how I feel about horses, but they're beautiful. So I want to read this someday. Yell at me to read this because I probably should have read this forever ago. Moving on, I have Watership Down by Richard Adams. This is another classic about animals. This one is about rabbits. Bunnies, rabbits. This was first published in 1972. Watership Down takes us to a world we have never truly seen, to the remarkable life that teems in the fields, forests, and riverbanks, far beyond our cities and towns. Blobbity blobbity blah. Okay, it's about rabbits, that's all I know. It's probably dark. It's supposed to be really long, and I've heard that it does drag a bit, but that it's worth it in the end. And, you know, it better be worth it because this book's almost 500 freaking pages. It's very long. But I hear good things. It's a classic for a reason, right? And I really like this edition that I have. I think it's pretty. But yeah, I hope to someday pick this up. Someone convince me to, because I don't know, it's just on my shelf and I have to read it. Moving on, I have 2 Years Before the Mast by Richard Henry Dana Jr. This cover is gorgeous, and I bought it because I like the cover. Look at it, the ship and the binding, and oh, it's just beautiful. Again, this is another classic that is a personal narrative of life at sea. I think this is non-fiction, or is this fiction? I don't even know. I just know that I need to read this because it's a story. Oh my gosh, look at the illustrations. Do you see? Maybe? No? I don't know. It's pretty. I really want to read this. Actually, I'm gonna bump this up on my TBR. This needs to be read. I need to read this now. It looks pretty. I'm gonna read this soon. I have to read it. Moving on, I have English Passengers by Matthew Neal. This is one that I have had for a long time, and I originally picked up, I don't know if you could see the cover, but the ship is backwards, upside down, and it's really cool. I picked this up a long time ago on recommendation from another booktuber that I watched years and years ago, and I really trusted his opinion at the time, and I still do, and so I don't know why I haven't read this, because this seems like the perfect Erica book. All I know is that it's a book that takes place on the sea. There are sailors and they're doing stuff. I don't know what stuff, but I've heard great things. English Passengers is what fiction ought to be: ambitious, narrative driven, with a story and a quest we don't mind going on. On page after page, I found myself laughing or nodding or simply envious. I was compelled from first to last and beyond. The characters are still living with me. It sounds good. need to read it. Next I have The Scarlet Letter by Nathaniel Hawthorne. I know if I read this, I would probably really enjoy this. I want to read this because this book pops up in so much of our culture today. It's just referenced a lot, and I just feel like this is a book that I probably should have read a long time ago. Still haven't. Have you read it? Is it good? Let me know. Yell at me in the comments. I want to read it. Hailed by Henry James as the finest piece of imaginative writing yet put forth in the country. That's a big statement. Is it really that good? Is it really? I am so sad that I have not read this. This is America and Americans by John Steinbeck. This is John Steinbeck, my love, the love of my life, writer-wise. And I just, oh man, this book is a nonfiction, I believe, from Steinbeck about his just travels through America. There are so many photos in here. I don't think I could show you on camera well enough, but there's just so many photographs, and he has a lot of writings on random things in here, and I really want to pick this up. I don't know why I haven't, because I love John Steinbeck so much. He's my favorite, so I need to pick this up. It's been sitting on my shelf for years at this point, so I just need to read it. And then I want to do a series on John Steinbeck on my channel someday, reading all his books, talking about them, you know, probably a recommendation video in the future. That would be so much fun. But yeah, I really want to read this soon. Next I have, oh gosh, this one, Great Expectations by Charles Dickens. This is a naked hardback. It maybe once had a cover, I don't know. I got this at where did I get this? I don't even remember. Anyway, this is Great Expectations by Charles Dickens. I don't know anything about Great Expectations. I tried reading Oliver Twist by Charles Dickens. I got about halfway, a little over halfway, and I was enjoying it, but I just never picked it up. So I just got rid of it eventually, which is terrible because I really would like to finish that book. So I think someday I'll probably reread it, get that done, and then maybe read this one. When, I don't know. Charles Dickens really intimidates me for some reason. It's just one of those authors that I just don't know if I'll be able to get into, or if he'll just be someone that I enjoy in general, just because, you know, just not my cup of tea. But then again, I need to try again. I need to try again, and maybe I'll try with Great Expectations. So let me know if you've read it. Is it worth the time to read it? Just let me know. Moving on, I have Middlesex by Jeffrey Eugenides, which is another one. This has been on my shelf for so long, and I don't really know anything about this except I think it's a multi-generational story, and I could be completely wrong, and I don't really know what this follows or anything like that, but it's a classic. It's supposed to be good. All I know is that this guy is the same guy that wrote The Virgin Suicides, which is another book that I don't have a clue. I don't have a clue, but I would like to read that one as well. So, you know, let me know if it's good or not. I don't know. Next I have a Kurt Vonnegut. I have Bluebeard by Kurt Vonnegut. Now, I actually quite like Kurt Vonnegut here and there. You know, I've read good ones, I've read bad ones. I think my favorite book that I've read from him has been his short story collection called Welcome to the Monkey House, and Slaughterhouse-Five I did really enjoy. Cat's Cradle was okay. What else did I read after that? I read Galapagos, and that one was just strange. I mean, it was interesting, but not my favorite, and so I haven't picked up one from him since, I think. So I don't know what this one is about. If anyone does, let me know if it's good, if it's worth it, because if not, I don't know if I'll ever pick it up. It's just been on my shelf for a really long time. The last book that I want to talk about today is Nor Gold. This is the sequel to The Pirate Captain, Chronicles of a Legend by Carrie Lynn. I loved the first book. It's somewhere on my shelf, and it's very Pirates of the Caribbean in style. So if you enjoy Pirates of the Caribbean, you would love the first book in the series. The main character is very Jack Sparrow-esque, and the setting and the style and everything just really just encompasses Pirates of the Caribbean. That's why I enjoyed the first book so much, and the author sent me personally the second book, and I still haven't read it. Well, actually, I started it. I think I'm only about 16 pages in, which is embarrassing and horrible. I feel bad. So I really should pick this up and then finally review it, because I really enjoyed the first book, and I would love to read the second one. It's just such a huge book, you know, not only in length because it is 700 pages, but it's physically is a giant book. It's just, it's huge. I don't know. And I can't carry this around. There's no way this is going with me to work and traveling with me. I have a Kindle now. I can take my Kindle everywhere. So yeah, that was mean. But yeah, those are just some of the oldest books that are on my shelf that are unread that I'm embarrassed about, you know, as well as everything else that's unread on my shelf that I haven't read. I have to change that. I have to stop buying books and I have to read them. Will that ever happen? No, probably not. I hope you guys are having a great day. I hope you have a great rest of your week. I'll see you with another video probably on Wednesday. And if you've read any of these books, let me know your thoughts and opinions. What should I read first? And what are some of the oldest books that you have on your shelf that are unread? What do you have that's just like calling out to you that you've just been putting off for years? What book is that? I really want to know. But yeah, I hope you guys have a great rest of your night and I'll see you later. Bye.